Nearly a century ago, the Great Depression made quite an impact on the global economy. As a result, a federal project started to help folks weather these tough times made quite an impact just outside Crossville, an impact that, as Ed Jones discovered, can still be felt today at the Cumberland Homesteads Tower Museum.
Everyone knows that in 1929 we had the stock market crash and ushered in the Great Depression. Now the story up here on the mountain was not the story of the stock market in 1929. We didn't have anybody that had any stocks. The disparity was awesome.
Charles Tollett's family witnessed the impact the Great Depression had on the already impoverished Cumberland Plateau. With no job prospects, the outlook was grim. The election of a new president provided a glimmer of hope.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
President Roosevelt's New Deal was a series of financial reforms and public works programs designed to reverse the crushing economic depression which gripped the nation. One such program established a division of subsistence homesteads. This agency set out to create experimental communities where destitute families could work for the chance to earn their own farm. The plight of Tennesseans on the Cumberland Plateau prompted the decision to locate the largest of these communities near Crossville. Cumberland Homesteads would become known as the showplace of the New Deal.
President Roosevelt, FDR, over and over used the term, we do not want to help these people merely survive. We want them to thrive and to live the abundant life. And also, the First Lady, Eleanor, she's the one who, the record shows, insisted that the houses built, 251 of them originally, that they would have running water and they would be wired for electricity.
The First Lady visited the project repeatedly and even played a part in the design of its iconic signature tower.
This was a multi-purpose building. The ground floor was administrative offices for the Cumberland Homestead project, but it's also a water tower. It's 97 steps tall, or about 8 stories. Unfortunately, there's no elevator, but very top's an observatory deck. That was primarily used for fire preventative purposes. This was primarily used as a fire watch. It's why there's an observatory deck at the very top.
Ren Sexton is the manager of the Cumberland Homesteads Museum, located in the original Homestead offices and just a stone's throw from the Homestead School.
After administration left, as many schools do, they're constantly looking for extra space. So they put some other high school classes on the ground floor here. Each of the rooms became classrooms, and the room that we're actually in right now was a chemistry room for a couple of years. So that was the purpose of this until, I believe, 1980, when it became a museum.
A museum preserving the rich history of the Homesteads project, summarized by Tennessee State historian Dr. Carol Van West.
Here we are, we're going to work with you to provide you with a house, outbuildings, and around 16 acres that you can grow food for yourself and produce whatever you wish to produce. The pride of residents in the Cumberland Homesteads experiment is expressed throughout that landscape. You can go to the Great Tower, the old water tower for the project, which is now a museum, and you can see that in their exhibits and in their tours and everything they tell you.
We do have 3 main exhibit rooms on the ground floor. The story room is more holistic history, and it's also pretty much at the start of the 1934 to 1940. It focuses on construction, farming, anything of that nature would be in that room. The next room is the 1930s room, and that is more day-to-day objects, things that people would have in their houses, advertisements of the time period. This room is called the family room, and it's more individualistic history. So family photos are organized by what street name they lived on, as well as individual family stories.
After visiting the main museum, you can tour one of the original Cumberland homesteads.
It's part of the ticket price, and it's not too far. It's about 4 minutes drive. It's right outside the Cumberland State Park, and it's decorated as if you lived during the 1930s and 40s.
The Cumberland homesteads just make a powerful statement to us all that in the worst of times, people given resources and opportunities can build new communities that stick with us for generations.
How did you like the story? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you enjoyed it, we have a lot more where that came from. Here's one you might like, and please click here to subscribe so you'll know when we premiere new videos. Thanks for watching.